What's up, internet? Welcome back to my channel. We're back with another video.
Following the tragic death of Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna in a helicopter crash on January 26, 2020, a public dispute arose between Vanessa Bryant and her mother, Sofia Laine. The conflict became widely reported after Laine gave an emotional interview on Univision's El Gorda y la Flaca in September 2020, where she claimed Vanessa had evicted her from the family home and demanded the return of a car, specifically a Bentley, after Kobe's death. Laine alleged that Vanessa told her, "I need you to get out of this house," and insisted on the immediate return of the vehicle. Vanessa Bryant responded swiftly, denying these claims and calling them hurtful and untrue. In a statement, she said, "My husband and daughter passed away unexpectedly, and yet my mother had the audacity to do a television interview speaking negatively of me, while shedding tears for a car and a house that were not in her name." She accused Laine of exaggerating her lack of support by removing diamond jewelry and furniture from an apartment Vanessa provided, making it appear as though she was unsupported. Vanessa also stated that she and Kobe had financially supported Laine for nearly 20 years, including providing monthly alimony, and that Laine had not been physically present or emotionally supportive for her or her daughters, Natalia, Bianca, and Capri, since Kobe and Gianna's deaths. The dispute escalated in December 2020 when Laine filed a lawsuit against Vanessa, seeking $5 million in back pay for allegedly working as an unpaid, longtime personal assistant and nanny for the Bryant family. Laine claimed Kobe had verbally promised to financially support her for life, a promise she alleged Vanessa refused to honor after his death. She also sought compensation for her contributions to childcare and household duties. Vanessa countered that Laine's claims were false and absurd, asserting that her mother only occasionally babysat her older daughters when they were toddlers and was not a full-time nanny or assistant. Vanessa accused Laine of attempting to extort financial windfall from the family, estimated to control an estate worth $600 million. In her response, Vanessa emphasized that she had offered to provide Laine with monthly support for life, but Laine demanded $5 million, a house, and a Mercedes SUV through intermediaries. Vanessa also clarified that Laine's claims about being forced out of the home and losing the car was inaccurate, stating she was trying to find her mother a new home. The lawsuit was settled in August 2021, with the terms kept confidential, effectively resolving the legal dispute. No specific details confirm that the car in question was a Bentley, as Laine's interview only referenced the car that Vanessa allegedly demanded back. Okay, before I get into the topic, I want to give a brief background on Vanessa Bryant's upbringing with Sofia Laine. So Sofia Laine was a Mexican immigrant, and she married some multiracial guy. And I think they were married for about 3 kids. They had 2 kids, and they were married for about 3 or 4 years, right? And then he abandoned them and moved to Baja, Mexico. So then she moves on, and her mom marries another guy, which is where she gets the name Laine from, Laine. And Vanessa Bryant also changed her last name to Laine as well, even though the stepdad did not adopt her. Now, this relationship also only lasted about 2 years, and apparently they had to get a divorce because of infidelity, right? Well, this brings me to my next point. I really hate baby mama culture and single mom culture and worshiping of single mothers and stuff like that. First of all, one thing we gotta stop doing is rewarding bad behavior. Okay, I'm so tired of looking on the TV and seeing a black guy get on TV, on an interview. Let's say it's a rapper. This is every rapper's story. You know, I had to sell drugs because I was poor. My mom couldn't take care, and I had to take care of my mom because we were poor. I had 5 and 6 brothers and sisters, and we were sleeping on the floor. And so I had to go out here and sell drugs when I was 12. And I had to, get out here in the streets because my mom needed help and all of that. Then you have these other guys, kind of like LeBron James. Although with LeBron James, I actually respect his mother because she realized she made a mistake and she didn't continue to bring a bunch of children in the world. You know what I mean? And she did the right thing by giving him away to the basketball people to train him so that he can actually go and be great. But let's not sit here and act like it was the mom that made him great. It was the fact that she gave him away to be trained to be great. Anyway, when you become successful or whatever, you don't need to be getting on TV talking about, yeah, man, I had to get my mama a house. What are you buying your mom a house for? Your mom had anywhere from a 25 year head start on your life. She had multiple kids, never got a husband, couldn't get any of the husbands that she got with to buy her a house or take care of her. Why do you feel she should be rewarded with all of this brand new stuff? You know what I mean? And I think that's what, like, a lot of women, they think they're heroes or something. I'm a single mom and I'm just struggling so hard. No, you're a goofy. You're a goofy because you don't have a husband. You're a goofy because no man wants to stay with you and raise their kids. You shouldn't be rewarded for breaking up your family. So in this article about Vanessa Bryant's mom, I started out with the result, but then I gave you the background of how they were raised and stuff. And the reason why is because if you notice, they don't really say anything about what she did to cause her divorces. Because who abandons 2 little under 5 children and moves out the fucking country? You got to be a very insufferable woman for a man to want to do that. And in fact, I think most men who choose to be deadbeat fathers is because of that reason. The mother is just insufferable. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of people, when they actually get older and they actually, I know this is a cliche thing to say, but when they actually meet their father and they get the other side of the story, they realize, oh, it's their mom that was crazy the whole time. Or even if you don't ever meet your dad and you get older, once you get about your 30s or something, you start noticing, oh, I see why that man left. This woman doesn't listen to anything. You know what I mean? So since you couldn't do right by a man, keep your family together, you shouldn't be rewarded with a brand new house and a this and a that. Okay? You should, if anything, you should get your Section 8 apartment. You should get you a nice little house right in the hood next to your Section 8 apartment, where your Section 8 apartment was. That's what you deserve. Same way with with LeBron James. He bought his mom a nice little $500,000 mansion, little McMansion, and a Hummer. Hey, thank you. But let's not sit here and act like I owe you a 230. The guy who raised her, the guy who actually raised him, is owed the house. That's who he should be breaking off and buying a brand new. I think he was an owner of a basketball. What was he an owner of? I forget like a rec center or something. That's what he should be doing. He should be making sure that guy that helped him, he gets the big house. His mom don't deserve no extravagant things because she didn't make proper decisions and give him a better life like how the other man did. You get what I'm saying? So as we get older and we're dealing with our parents and stuff like that, like I would never deal with it. I would never deal with this Vanessa Bryant's mom. I would have did the same thing. You know what? I don't owe you anything. You done had 2 husbands. I haven't talked to my dad since I was 3 years old. Like, you get what I'm saying? That type of shit. Like, you're the problem. So stop trying to act like you're gonna just leech off of us. I don't owe you anything. I got all of this stuff by helping myself, by making proper connections myself, when you couldn't even do that for yourself. You didn't provide me any connections to get me to this level, so I don't owe you anything. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Because I know a lot of people be like, man, that's messed up. You should be taking care of your parents. Why are we taking care of our parents? That's what your husband was supposed to do. Now, there's another, I forget who it was, but it was a real heartwarming, touching story. I think it was like a YouTuber, who got a nice little YouTube check. And, he went and got his dad's, bought his dad a new work truck, and he paid off his parents' mortgage. You know what I mean? That's some basic stuff that you should do to appreciate your parents and stuff like that. But if you get rich, and you got some shitty parents who think they deserve to live in next door to you type thing, that's ridiculous. Let's knock it off. So if you're a parent out there, pay attention to how you're raising your kids, because they're going to give you the same energy back when you get older. So take that how you want to. That's the message for today.